So it looks like Funcom has finally released the second dev blog update for Dune Awakening, which is an upcoming open world. I think it's going to be like an MMO from the description. It's going to be like a survival game blended with MMORPG aspects. Kind of probably like the Conan games that they do is kind of what it sounds like, but set in the Dune world. And I'm a little hesitant because I hate PvP, and they've talked a lot about this game having PvP in it. I don't really like survival games, but I do love Dune as an IP. So I've been sort of following this game. I've talked about it probably 7 or 8 times on my channel so far. The last game dev update they did was quite a few months ago, and they finally released the second one, which has a lot of really cool sound design stuff in it. But more importantly, has the first in-game screenshot down here, which we're gonna go take a look at. And they said this is inside of a player-built base. So this game has crafting, just like Conan Exiles and the Conan games that they're doing. And that's going to be something that's impacted the way they're developing this game. The screenshot looks great, but there's a ton of stuff here, so I kind of want to go through this with everybody. And I know they've been teasing this out on their social media the past few days. I'll have a link to this down in the description below, so make sure to check this out. If you haven't heard about this game before, like I said, definitely go read up on it. Think about if you are going to get interested in it. I love the Dune books. We're doing the Decoding Dune series as a podcast. I love the films. I love the Sci-Fi Channel adaptation. I like the David Lynch version, even though he's sort of disavowed it. I like everything I hear about this game, other than the fact that it's got PvP and survival elements, which terrifies me. I'm still probably going to try it. Anyway, developer update to the Sounds of Arrakis. It says here Arrakis. You can hear it. The rising hiss of a sandworm, a canyon echoing the deep buzz of a low-flying ornithopter, a Coriolis storm murmuring on the horizon. So sound design is a big aspect of any MMORPG, and they've really been focused on that here. They do talk about the fact that they've also got access to all of the sound elements from the Denis Villeneuve films, if I pronounced his name correctly, both the one from 2021 and the one that's coming up. So they have access to all of those things because this is definitely something that's being put together with the films in mind. So they're drawing a lot of elements visually and otherwise from that. So says here, here to guide you through this aural journey is Arild Iverson, audio director on Dune Awakening. So I'm not going to be going through this in all of its detail because if you really want to do a deep dive, you should go over there and read through it in all of its glory. So we're kind of going to be skimming through this. But they talk here about finding the voice of Arrakis. And the first thing up is they've talked about how do we capture the feeling of living on Arrakis. This is our biggest challenge. It says we must follow a consistent tone. That tone must be defined. While the movie by Denis is a great guide, we follow 3 foundational design pillars: evoke, advise, and flow. Evoke is about nailing the Dune feeling. Advise is guiding and informing the player to let them know where the threat is or isn't. And then flow is the in-game sound effects must be unobtrusive and designed to support long-term gameplay. Repetitive and continuous sounds blend and fade into the world over time. Like ornithopters, when you start the engine, it's going to be loud, give you a sense of power, but as you fly, it's going to subtly fade into the background. It says here the same goes for survival crafting or atmospheric signs. They fade somewhat after time, making space for potential external sounds to be heard in the mix. A phrase often heard here is the sound may be dirty, but the mixed must be clean. The mix must be clean. So they've got some audio teasers here. I'm going to make sure, I think I've got the audio turned up a little bit. But again, if you want to hear these in all their glory, I have the audio adjusted for my recordings and my streams. So it's a little bit lesser than it'll be if you go listen to these yourself. But they've also got these snippets out on social media. Highly recommend that you follow them on social media. So let's give this one a listen, The Deep Desert. All right. What about Ancient Cave? That one's a lot more subtle to be in. And then we've got the ecology lab. As our team has grown, so has our capacity to record our own sounds. It's been an incredibly fun and rewarding method where you sometimes stumble onto the perfect sound by accident. For example, I once spent half a day trying to find the right swishy swish sound for a cinematic, but ended up simply recording myself going shoo into a microphone, and then, of course, editing it. And this brings us to the 2020 movie by Denis, which of course plays a huge role in our work. While we have access to all the sounds from the movies, we are not obliged to use them. The movie sound design by Mark Mangini and his crew is nothing short of incredible, in my humble opinion, perhaps the best sound design one can find in the known universe. Listening to it is both inspirational and a little daunting. Look at that screenshot of an ornithopter and the missiles. Oh, mm. Although Dune is one of the most beloved and influential franchises, it is very different compared to Star Wars or Marvel, where we have clear explanations of what something should sound like a lightsaber. That sound is set in stone, and a major departure would cause confusion. We don't have the same pressures here, but due to our admiration for the film's sound design, we often look to it for inspiration. And we have decided that we would align with the movie for sounds that we think have already become iconic, such as ornithopters, the voice, or the deadly hunter seekers. Here we go, hunter seeker. That's really cool. Creating a thing's sound language. We got some more screenshots here. It's a great ornithopter shot. Sandworms, probably the most recognizable element of the Dune universe, so we're keenly aware of the importance of getting them right. They are not mere monsters. We don't want to have a stereotypical dinosaur roar with pig squeals. No offense to dinosaurs or pigs. In the movies, they have a rhythmic language, and while this is process fascinating, it does not translate very well to our game, as most situations with the players closer to sandworms the instant before being consumed. So here we've expanded on the feeling of a force of nature. Ooh, we're getting our first sandworm. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. Sounds here. I approve. Very well done. Then we have the ornithopter. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, you can hear the wings. Oh, that's so good. Cool stuff. Ground cars. Said we tried a number of different sounds. We then realized we needed more weight, so we added buzzy analog layers from the synth. By the way, that vehicle looks awesome. This is the ground car. Spice blows. That's a great shot right there. Oh, a suspensor field. It says they're going to sound different. They have to be threaded with the Holtzman sound to identify it for what it is. We have a smuggler weapon. Nice. Harkonnen weapon. Very cool. Player buildings. They say this is currently one of the most challenging aspects of sound design since players are free to build their own bases almost anywhere they want, piece by piece, meaning they could take on pretty much any shape with different materials, which causes complexity and different ways to mute the outside world. This screenshot, by the way, can we open this into a new tab and get a better look at it? So this is, as far as I'm aware, this is the first official screenshot that we've seen coming out of Dune Awakening. I approve. It looks very, very cool. So again, I'll have a link to this below if you want to go through this and listen to these sound effects in their full glory over on the website where the dev blog takes place. Excuse me. This is the second one. So make sure to get over there, follow their social media, all those things. I love Dune. I'm cautiously optimistic about this game, even though I'm nervous about the PvP and survival elements. But I do love Dune enough to give them the benefit of the doubt and wait and see. I can definitely tell you that I'm going to try this game out regardless and see where it goes. There's no release date. I would anticipate at the earliest we're going to see this is probably late next year. They might surprise us with something sooner than that, but it's a work in progress. Check it out. Love to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. See you all in the next one.